Welcome to Conversations. I'm Muqtada Khan, your host, and I want to congratulate Dr. Aisha Wahab for becoming the first Afghan American woman to become a member of the US Congress. She's the first Afghan American person to become a member of the US Congress. She just got elected from California's 14th district. It was a special election because the previous holder of the seat had to leave in rather ignominious fashion. But she has won this seat in spite of, as usual, the Israeli lobby trying to unseat her and defeat her. And the APAC in the last few days spent a lot of money trying to ensure that Aisha Wahab will not make it to the US Congress, but she has won with reasonable advantage. And I think much congratulations to her. So she is a very typical progressive Democrat, and you can see from the issues that she has raised, which I will show you in a while. But I just also wanted to identify that she is now the fifth Muslim in the U.S. Congress, and this is her victory margin. She has won quite easily. Well, not easily, you could say, but with a margin of about 6 percentage points, which is quite a bit, over Melissa Hernandez. There was not much to choose except on a few issues. They differed clearly, slightly on the Israeli issue. Melissa Hernandez was far less critical of Israel than Aisha Wahab was. So basically, Aisha Wahab was not hesitating when it came to calling a genocide. So she made it very clear that what she perceived or she thought was happening in Gaza was a genocide. And she was also clear that she would not support any legislation which would give more military weapons to Israel. But on lots of other issues, it's very clear that she's quite progressive. And the Israeli issue did not become a very big issue in the election. So let me quickly give you a list of who are the five Muslim candidates in the Congress. Right now, you have Andre Carson, who is from Indiana. He's been there for a while. Prior to that, his mother was also used to be in the Congress. And then now Ilhan Omar, she's been there for quite a bit. It's amazing, these two women, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. Rashida Tlaib became the first Palestinian American to be in the U.S. House, and Ilhan Omar is the first Somali American to be in the U.S. House. And then, of course, Latifah Simon won in the past election, and she is also from California. So basically, right now, you can see Midwest and California are providing Muslims opportunities to be in the Congress. And hopefully there will be one more from New York in November. So it is quite possible that until January we will have Aisha for sure, but her election is quite unusual in the sense that since this is a replacement seat, she will hold this position only until January. And then, so basically, she will be contesting elections again for the same position against the same competitor, Melissa Hernandez, in November. But hopefully, because she's already in the House, incumbents tend to have an advantage. But she would have been an incumbent for just a few months. But I wish her all the best, and hopefully she will retain her seat in the Congress. So we will probably have 6 Muslims in the U.S. Congress come January. That would be a lot more fun and we'll see how Donald Trump responds to that. I wanted to say a few things about Aisha Wahab. She is, as I said, an Afghan American woman. She has a PhD in social work, I think, from University of Southern California. And this year, if you recall, in a few weeks, we have been celebrating or discussing, well, not really celebrating, but talking about the 5 years of Taliban's rule in Afghanistan, in her parents' homeland. She was born here in the US, I think in New York, to Afghan parents, which means she can run for president. So the Taliban have been there for 5 years, and the signature policy has been depriving women of education and access to the public sphere. Women cannot go to school, high school, middle school, beyond the sixth grade. They've been removed from jobs. Apparently, even doctors and teachers have been removed from their positions. They were talk about removing windows from houses so women cannot look outside, or people from outside not look into the homes. Anyway, the 5 years of the Taliban rule in Afghanistan has been pure hell for women in Afghanistan. And so it is very, shall we say, fitting that an Afghan woman with such high educational qualifications, with a PhD from University of Southern California. No, this is not the kind of PhD that other leaders in the world, like Narendra Modi of India, for example, have, where if you ask, can we see his degree, then you will go to jail, or you'll be fined thousands of rupees, or university records are burned, etc. This is something that you can just go and check. University of Southern California. You can even read her dissertation. It will be available. There are depositories of dissertations at University of Michigan and other places. So this educated Afghan woman, first, she showed that women can excel in academia and then excel in the public sphere. So kudos to her for sending this message. And remember, she's taking a very difficult position in American politics. So she's fighting big money. The pro-Israeli lobby has spent tons and tons and millions of dollars to buy American politicians, and she's stood up against them. So she's not just doing well in her academia and in public sphere, but she's fighting against Islamophobia in America, fighting against the dehumanization of the Palestinian cause, and the dehumanization of anybody who speaks up for the Palestinian rights. So in this atmosphere where saying one thing about Palestinian rights will attract millions of dollars against you, she had the courage to stand up there. She has shown more courage than any Taliban has in recent years. Well, the Taliban like to fight. That is, I give it to them. They fought America, the world's most powerful country, for 20 years, and they won. But nevertheless, the kind of courage she has is something that should inspire the women of Afghanistan and give them courage to suffer the unfortunate circumstances in which they find themselves. So all the best to her. And for those of you who are not aware about her, please stay tuned. Try to help her win in November once again. So thank you for watching Conversation. Please like this video, press the bell icon, and don't forget to share. Oh, I forgot one important thing. I just wanted to give you a quick shall we say, summary of some of the issues that she stands for. She is like Mamdani for housing and affordability, about rental protections. She is advocating for healthcare reform. She's advocating for lower drug costs, and she is also for human rights and civil rights and discrimination in the working place, etc. So Aisha Wahab was also a member of the California Senate. So she also became the first Muslim woman and the first Afghan American woman, and just Afghan American, to be a member of the California Senate. And so she has a very good track record. And so in spite of all the nasty pro-Israeli lobbies campaigning against her, she won because people know her for the wonderful work that she has done for her constituency. And I think that even though that she will be in office only for a few months, this is August, September, October, before the November elections, I'm sure she will be able to leave a better track record than her previous person who held the seat. I don't even want to mention that name, Swalwell. There's all rubbish, junk information coming out about his sexual scandals. So once again, congratulations to Aisha Wahab, and I wish her all the best come November, and so should you, and provide whatever support you can, financial or otherwise, or just share this video with others. Thank you for watching Conversations. I'm your host, Muqtada Khan. Take care.